definitely feels like fall. Sort of like being in the Pacific Northwest. It is America and it isn't America. It feels so different here, but I like it. I could live here. I like this rainy day. It's not heavy enough to be troublesome. It doesn't feel dreary.
In half a mile, turn left to stay on Nebraska 92 East. Take the next left to stay on Nebraska 92 East.
The North Platte's only 31 miles, and I think that's the biggest rail yard in the country, if not the world.
Continue on Nebraska 92 East for 21 miles.
Oh, I'm at 340 miles to the tank, showing a quarter left. I might yet get 400. Don't really want to. low pressure day though. The rain makes it like a dream state. It's not the oohing and awing romantic part of the trip, but it's not bad. Better yet, the mouse or rat or chipmunk or whatever that was in here didn't seem to have chewed into anything. Not even the sunflower seeds I left out as bait to find out if he's in here or not. So maybe he just got in and chewed that up when I had the windows down somewhere, and that was that. I don't know how he did it though. One of those mysteries I'll never find out. I think Google routed me a bad way because I still got 75 miles to go. And 25 miles ago, I had 75 miles to go. This video is my witness. I did not get an updated direction or nothing. Maybe it's like the Nebraska triangle and I got abducted by UFOs or something. Well, there's some corn. First corn I've seen. I read last night that in the sandhills the corn don't grow. The soil's too poor for anything but cattle, which means probably too poor for cattle. They ought to put some bison on there. See about raising bison. And the trouble with bison meat is it's so lean. I don't really care for a lean steak. But if bison processing were advanced a little bit, I think it'd be a lot cheaper than raising cows. The initial investment's much higher, but caring for the animal, well, they actually belong here instead of cattle. The aquifer is a concern long term. I don't know how much of it's left. I'm sure somebody's got some estimates of it, but that's the only reason this stuff's here. They say, yeah, I see the irrigation in the field now, here with the corn. Sent some pictures to Rob, French guy, friend I met in Taipei at Lali's bar. I think he'd like Nebraska, given that he is a honorary American. Lali's bar was fun. I called it Darts Bar back then because they had dartboards. It was always busy. They had all different kind of grilled meat and vegetables, but the really cheap kind, and they would charcoal it right there indoors, so air quality was Asian, you might say. And then a few different shitty cheap beers. They had Taiwan beer, Heineken, bar beer, Portuguese beer. I forgot what that one was, but that was too fancy for the place. When I was walking home from the MRT one day, a couple of blocks from the apartment building, carrying a briefcase, wearing a stupid suit, and this guy comes out like, "Hey, you, come in here now. You come now." I'm like, yeah, all right. Well, went in, and it wasn't that busy that day. He talked to me for a while. I told him, who I am and what work I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. He said his name is Lao Li. He was from Heilongjiang, northern China, and he had this necklace, like Cuban link, like 90s gangster necklace. And he always wore a white wife beater shirt and some flower shorts, and really outgoing guy. So about a month later, I was walking by, and he saw me, came outside, and was like, "Hey, Gerald, you come over now." So, yeah, he asked me, how's your business? How's everything going? How's your wife? He somehow remembered every detail of the conversation that I told him, and he did that. He did that with everybody. Like, I don't know how many thousands of clientele would come in and out of that place. So I became a regular because he would meet people that he thought I might benefit from or they might benefit from me, and then introduce me. Like, "Oh, you go talk to him. He's going to hook you up with a job, contract." So I did. Um, yeah, Lao Liu was awesome. And then, yeah, I met all kinds of friends there. I mean, not friends, but like drinking buddies. It was one of those bars where there's always somebody there, so cheap, like skewers of meat, or I forgot now, I think 30 to 50 NT, so like $1 to $1.80 USD. You just eat and drink as much as you want, come out of there, spending $20, $30. So that, and it was on the way home from the MRT. So yeah, I was in there walking by one day, and he's like, "Hey, you come over here. You speak French. Meet this French kid. Like, you talk to the French kid now." So, like, yeah, all right. So this kid was so fresh off the plane, he still had his suitcases with him, and he had been walking out. Just got out of the MRT. I don't remember if he had a hotel or what. He must have, around the area. But yeah, we sat down and started talking, and turns out pretty awesome dude. So yeah, we stayed in touch. He's in Tokyo now. In between there and Denver, doing some aerospace stuff. And, yeah, pretty good dude. Thanks, Lolly. Hope your bar is going well. Ooh, got a car coming way behind me. I think it might be. Running 55 because I'm showing a quarter tank of gas. Well, Ringgold was on the map, but it's unincorporated, and as far as I could tell, it was one house and one church. A Free Methodist church. I don't know what the Free Methodists do. Look at all them cattails, man. This is a beautiful place. I sure could live here. Need to be a little bit older, I think. You wouldn't have much of a nightlife here. Not looking for a nightlife, but I am looking for like an evening life. But I don't know. If I get going out at sea and then get 4 or 6 months off a year and money to buy a spot Man, I would look at Nebraska sandhills, maybe top of my list for America. I think I'd like New Mexico too, but I've never been there. Rural Washington, rural Oregon, Nevada, nah. Colorado, not really.